Hello, so today we're going to be doing a Minecraft project on humanities, and so yeah, we're going to start now. So it says click here to start your journey. So we click here. It says this is in the thousands, where the Indians go and fight against the Vikings. The Indians then scare off the Vikings. The Vikings are ruthless, but so are the natives. So here you can see where the Indians and the natives. These were the Vikings, sorry, Vikings and the Indian, and here is where their huts are back then when they used to live there. Okay, so then we continue. It says now we go ahead in time to 1497. Here is where John Cabot was looking for China, but instead he found new land. Now it says, what was the name of the new land that John Cabot found? So you can see here, John Cabot. So it says Quebec, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, or New Brunswick. So then Quebec, so then it's Newfoundland. He says that is correct. The land that John Cabot found was called Newfoundland. So then it says click here to see what happens next. Now we go ahead to early 1500s in Grand Banks of Newfoundland. There are many people fishing off the Grand Banks. There were French, Portuguese, and English fishermen that came to fish the Grand Banks because there were tons of cod. The Portuguese and French fishers had access to cheap salt from France, and so they didn't always come ashore, but the English dried their fish on the shores of the Grand Banks. So you can see everything. Just click here to go to shore. This is where the English dried the fish and spent the short summer's season. Then they returned with their fish to England. So you can see this is where they dried their fish and everything. So it says click here to go away. And then, yeah, sorry. In 1524, France sent Giovanni Verranzo to look for the Northwest Passage to Asia. He sailed from Newfoundland to Florida, realizing that it wasn't just a bunch of islands called an archipelago. Rather, it was a continent. When Giovanni returned to France, the King of France was disappointed, so he didn't send any new expeditions. So you can see, like, this is um, like the continent and everything, so he had to go back. It says click here to see what happens next. So it says 10 years have passed, and the new king of France sends one of Giovanni's officers to continue the search for the Northwest Passage to Asia. You have four possible people that could have gone. Have gone. Choose the right one because the other ones will make you die. So like if you choose the wrong one, it like kills you, so you have to restart. So it says Domagaya, Tayagani, Giovanni Verranzo, or Jacques Cartier. So and then you choose Jacques Cartier. So then it says click. Yeah, yes, you are correct. It was Jacques Cartier, one of Giovanni's officers who continued the search. So then it says click here to see what happens next. So Jacques sailed from Labrador and Newfoundland to Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick. After he claimed the land for the French, he went and kidnapped the sons Taegoni and Domagaya of the local Iroquois chief and returned home to France. So you click here, it says here they are. So here's where Jacques captured Taegoni and Domagaya. This is click here to go back to the ship. And it says after kidnapping them, they head back to France. It says how long was it until they went out exploring again? So like how long was it until the French went out exploring? 1 year, 3 years, 6 years, or 10 years. So then you see this is the castle and everything. So it's 1 year. So it says yes, you are correct. After 1 year, he continued his journey back to St. Lawrence. Oh, you see, so then you come down here, and you can see his crew and everything, and the prisoners and everything. And it says click here to see what happens next. It says while Jax was on his journey back to St. Lawrence, he relied on Teagani and Domagaya as his guides. The brothers agreed to be guides because they saw an opportunity for a trade alliance with the French. Um, sorry, I lost track. Cartier's Car- Carter. Wait, sorry. Cartier's travels up the St. Lawrence's made him not. Sorry, he traveled up the St. Lawrence, and it made him not as confident that he could find China through the St. Lawrence. He prepared to spend the winter at Stadacona. However, he wasn't really prepared for the winter, and 25 sailors died from scurvy, which means like lack of vitamin C. So, what did Domagaya tell Cartier to make to help save their lives? Was it a tea, a salad, a soup, or a spice? So it's a tea. So then it says, yes, that is right. They were making a tea out of spruce bark and needles, which was which was rich in vitamin C. Now you need to go find the ingredient. So it says, click here to get the needed tools. So you just like, oh, wait, um, sorry, one second. So you just like, you know, get some needles. These just like needles, and then oak. I think it was oak bark. So you need to get some of this. Just break some, and then yeah. So then you continue, and then here's it says click here to go back to the ship. So you click here, and then this is where you make your stuff. So you have some water bottles, and then like these glass like as like tea kind of. So then you go in here and you go like this, that here. I think it is. Wait a second. I think it's like this, or no, sorry. It's like this. Wait a second. Um, I think it was. No, it wasn't like this. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was like this. Oh, that's how you did it. Wait, sorry. It's like this. Oh no, my bad. I'm super sorry. What? I thought it was like that. Oh, like this. Oh, sorry. I'm super sorry. It was like this. So it's like it was a tea they made, so they drank it up, and it was like very rich vitamin C. So let's just go ahead and so it says yeah. So now we go over here and you click this. It says when weather permits, Cartier returns to France, kidnapping Domagaya and other Iroquois. Um, other and sorry. When let me start over. When weather permits, Cartier returns to France, kidnapping Donnacona and 9 other Iroquois. The Iroquois never returned home again because they died in France from lack of immunity to local diseases. Now, in 1541, Cartier is granted his third expedition. Now, you're like, no, you haven't, like, after he returns home, France granted him another expedition. So now you go ahead in time. In spring of 1542. France has granted another expedition to establish a French colony in North America. So who did France send to establish the new colony? Was it Giovanni Verranzo, Roberval, or Jacques Cartier? So it's Roberval. He says, yes, you are correct. Roberval was sent to establish the French colony in North America. So it says, click here to see what happens next. So then you click right here. It says, Cartier met Roberval when he arrived at the Gulf of St. Lawrence. Cartier has his ships loaded with barrels of what he thought were gold and diamonds. he left Roberval and headed to France again against orders. Roberval had to spend the whole winter alone and lost 50 settlers. For now, the French had failed to colonize Canada. You can see like they mined all this good stuff right here. So he just took it and ran. Cartier just took it and ran. It says, click here. It says, now you are in 1583. This is where a person named Humphrey Gilbert claimed Newfoundland for England. So it's like, this is Newfoundland, and he claims it for England and everything. So, yeah, so then we come all the way over here, and it says, click here to see what happens next. It says, Samuel de Champlain, who was a soldier and a navigator, assisted Sieur de Mons to set up a trading post in Canada in 1604. In the summer of 1605, de Mons, Champlain, and about 60 settlers built a small post called Port Royal, which is now called Nova Scotia. This port was successful and was abandoned in 1607. Champlain in 1608 led another expedition the St. Lawrence to what is now Quebec City. He established a post there. So, see, Samuel de Champlain, it's post and he wanted just to continue. So, then you click this. It says, in 1610, the Dutch first settled on the Hudson River. Henry Hudson had explored the Hudson River a few years earlier for the Dutch East Indian Company. Their colony was called New Amsterdam, and it remained theirs for about 50 years until the English came and took it. So you can see like Hudson River and the Dutch and everything. So let me just clear this and okay, click here to see what happens next. Okay, so it says here. So here we go. Here is where Samuel joined forces with Algonquians and Montagnans against the Iroquois. At the time, Champlain also meets the Hurons from the west. Huron from the west. The Hurons are also enemies of the Iroquois. The Hurons are very prosperous, and Champlain wants to make an alliance with them to be able to use their trading connections. In 1613, Champlain became a partner in a trading company with a monopoly in Canada. In 1616, the Hurons were supplying most of the beaver furs along the St. Lawrence. Champlain sends out young men called Corrales de Bois to explore the Great Lakes region. Champlain struggles to keep his venture going. However, in 1629, Champlain's colony is attacked by the English Kirke brothers, and Champlain is taken as prisoner. The capital of the colony of New France was under English rule from 1629 to 1632. In 1633, Champlain was appointed as a lieutenant by Cardinal Rieu and returned to Quebec, where he began to rebuild the colony. Champlain then died on Christmas Day, 1635. For the next 25 years, the Iroquois controlled much of the fur trade, and the Company of 100 Associates have failed to bring settlers to Canada. In 1661, New France appeals to France for help. Louis the 14th, the king